friends. My name is Ethan Klee. I'm a 200-hour registered yoga teacher with Yoga Alliance. I'm here today for our Monday night reset class. This is a restorative meditation class, as I like to say, so a restorative yoga class as well as utilizing some breathwork meditation. Today's theme is letting the mind wander. So we've chosen positions today, or postures today, that are all seated to let your mind wander, to let you kind of play around in the space that is your brain. A lot of modern meditation teaches you to repel the thoughts that come through your head, and oftentimes it's a lot easier to dismiss those thoughts, especially if they are intrusive, by just breathing through them and coming back to that solid foundation of breath. So today's class is primarily informed by Vinyasa Yoga, but we'll be taking it in restorative postures and forms. If you're standing, draw your toes together, your ankles slightly apart, and kind of work back and forth on your feet. You need to settle into it. Tightening our thighs together, our hips coming into line, and our ribs tucking down, just coming to attention here. Pressing the palms together at heart center. Applying gentle pressure from the palm all the way through the fingertips. Don't forget your thumb. It's often neglected in some pressure. We tuck our shoulder blades down our back, bringing our head up to neutrality. If you're comfortable, you can beat your eyes closed here. Bat your eyes closed, not beat your eyes closed. Don't beat your eyes, please. We'll start working into our Ujjayi breath for today. Ujjayi breath comes in through the nose and out through the nose. Again, just inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Hi, Wednesday. As you become more comfortable with this breath work, lift your tongue in the back of your throat slightly, just adding a little texture to the breath. This pranayama in particular, breath work, is suitable for heating the body, for bringing heat into the core and into the chest. Today, at any point, if you get hot doing this breath, feel free to throw in a few open mouth exhales or big yawns. You can relax your hands to your side. We're going to go into some shoulder rolls. Bringing your shoulders back, down, and forward. If you're comfortable with taking your own tempo, feel free. Otherwise, we'll take some slow ones. Inhaling the shoulders up and exhaling down. If you're in a chair with arms, feel free to rest your arms on those arms. And I've never said that sentence before. Feel free to keep your arms on the arms, but make sure that you have enough ample space to fill the full rotation of your shoulder. Otherwise, feel free to tuck and place your hands in your lap. We're inhaling up and exhaling down the back to neutrality. Inhaling and exhaling. And we'll reverse that motion, inhaling our shoulders up and exhaling. If you're like me, here's where you're going to get most of the cracks out of your back. Just make sure to keep your head in mostly a neutral position here. Leaving our arms at neutral, you can give them a little sway. Draw back to stillness. And we're going to drop our head over onto our left shoulder very slowly. Here, if you have your eyes closed, make sure you have some bend in your knees. We're going to slowly roll the head forward. To rest it over to the right on our other shoulder. Exhale, roll the head back forward. Inhaling up to our left shoulder. Exhale to the front. Inhaling upward. One more of those. Inhaling the head up to neutral. We're going to drop our head slowly back. If you're standing here, again, make sure you have a deep enough bend in your knees. Whatever you need is comfortable. Here we're just gently opening up the throat and the front of the chest. Roll the head forward. Inhaling, rolling it all the way to the chest. Back up. And backward. All very slowly, just gently awakening the spine. Inhaling our head to neutral. We're going to move into some side body stretch. So whether you're sitting or standing, draw your hands up to Tadasana. Stretching our fingers as wide as possible. Drawing the hands together. You can lace your hands or just hold them together, or a combination of the two. And slowly bring our fingertips to the left. Drawing a gentle side body stretch. This is a common stretch to let go of your breath. So if you need to come back to that, feel free. If you feel any pinching or uncomfortability in your hips or your spine, please come back to neutral and go gently back into the stretch, stopping if you feel any of those contraindications. Inhale back up to neutral. And exhale to the right, bringing our pointer fingers over to the right side of the mat. If you're in a chair, make sure you're not leaning your sides onto the arms of your chair. Again, make sure we have enough of a bend in our knees, especially if you have your eyes closed. Inhale, return to neutral. And exhale, we're going to forward fold, hinging at the waist. If you're in a chair, this is probably where you're going to stop. You can also option to bring your hands all the way forward. Your posture will look something like this. Bringing your chest to your knees. For those of us standing, you can take your forward fold all the way to the ground. Feel free to give as much of a bend in your knees as you need here. Inhale, coming all the way back up, root to rise, drawing the hands up to Tadasana mountain pose. Shifting the gaze slightly upward. Grabbing the hands together, placing them softly on your head. Give yourself a little bit of a back bend, just gently enough. Ooh. I don't know if that picked up on mic, but I just had at least 6 back cracks all at once. Just a gentle chest opener here. Our hands on our head are just to cradle our neck, to make sure we're not pushing or pulling on it. Just a little support for our shoulders and neck. Inhale back to Tadasana. And if you're here just for the stream break, this is where we part. Thank you for staying. If you'd like to continue, if this feels great in your body, then we're happy to have you. For those who are continuing, this is where we use the mat. Inhale in Tadasana. Exhale, make sure your shoulders are rolled down your back. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, forward fold. Exhale, walk out to high plank. We're going to do a slow chaturanga push-up. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, lowering less than halfway down. Inhale, flipping the toes and shifting the weight forward through our arms to upward facing dog. Breathe here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, shift your weight backwards, hinging at the hips into downward facing dog. Take a moment here to pedal out your hips. Pedal out your feet to benefit your hips. And really work on relaxing into your downward dog, but giving your knees enough of a bend for your legs and your back today. Some days you may need more of a bend than others. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, shift your weight all the way forward. And turning around here. Into high plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the ground. You can place your hands under your head, resting your head to your favorite side.
1 a.m., eyes closed, I'm slowly falling to the music and the atmosphere.
Here, if you're building too much heat, feel free to start taking some open mouth exhales. With our chest to the ground, we end up building a lot of heat very quickly. Inhale, place your hands next to your chest, your palms about equal with the base of your pectorals. Shifting your toes to the floor. We lift into... Sorry, I don't want your toes up. I want your toes down. We go into Cobra, drawing the chest up to the sky, giving a little bit of bend to our neck, shifting the gaze upward, continuing the curvature of our spine all the way up. Take a few breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, draw a little bit of stiffness into the spine. Exhale, relax into the posture, making sure your elbows are so close to your ribcage. One more, inhale. Exhale, lowering all the way back to the ground, resting your head on the other side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, prep your hands back to the same position next to your pectorals. Exhale, lift into Cobra. Giving a gentle back bend. If you feel any pinching at all, please stop, come back down to the ground, and then gently re-engage the position. Each exhale, melting into the posture a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. Inhale, we're going to come up, back. Bring your hands to your chest. Softly engaging the Cobra, leaving your ribcage on the ground. We're going to go into bow. Drawing first the right foot backward. Going to grab it with our right hand, leaving our knee on the ground. We're going to do the same with our left hand, our left leg. Then slowly and gently, on an inhale, draw the chest back, squeezing through the legs. pressing the knees into the ground. Hold this as long as you can. If you need to, you can also take Cobra instead of this position. It's important here to keep our feet flexed, protect our ankles and our tendons. Inhale. Exhale, lowering all the way to the ground slowly. We're going to inhale up to tabletop, drawing our hands shoulder width distance apart and our knees following suit. Feet flat to the ground. Inhale.
I was on fire.
Exhale.
Where did you go?
Inhale, tuck the toes, hinge at the waist into downward dog.
How could you not know? I was
Inhale, shift your gaze forward. Exhale, coming into pigeon, bringing the right knee to the right wrist and your right ankle to your left wrist. This should make your legs look like a big number 7. If you feel any pinching in your hips or your lower back, I'll show you a different way of doing this posture on your back. So those of us in pigeon, stay there. Alternate for this pigeon is to come slowly down onto your back, pressing your right ankle to your left knee, and slowly and gently pulling on that left thigh, pulling it towards your chest. If you'd like to engage this version of this posture more, you can slowly and gently push on that hip. But again, if you feel any pinching, come back to neutrality, slowly re-engage the pose. Softly and gently. For those in forward facing pigeon, if you'd like to deepen this pose, you can bring your left leg behind you, drawing it towards the back, maybe even giving it a gentle tug towards the body. Inhale, tuck your left toes underneath. For those on our back, just wait a second. Tuck your toes, hinging at the waist and drawing your feet back, engaging downward dog. Inhale, open up, exhale. Inhale, open up, exhale. Inhale, shift your gaze forward. Exhale, pigeon on the other side, drawing the left knee to the left wrist, the left ankle to the right wrist. If you're on your back, gently hug your knees towards your chest, letting them go, re-engaging the posture by drawing your left ankle over your right knee, and slowly bringing your right thigh towards your chest. Another variation for deepening this posture is coming down to your forearms. If you want to deepen it even more, come all the way down, chest to the ground. Draw attention back to our breath. Inhaling to tuck our toes. Exhaling, drawing your foot back into downward dog. Inhale. Open up. exhale. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, come down to a seat. Drawing our feet long out in front of us. Making sure we bend our ankles, which you cannot see. Making sure that we flex our feet, bending our ankles. Inhale into seated Tadasana in this pike position. Exhale, forward fold. However far you go forward today is perfectly fine. There's no need for deep forward folds all the way to the ground if that's not what your body is expecting or feeling today. This could be just bringing your hands to the ground by your ankles, ideally, next to your thighs. Make sure that you inhale to draw length into your spine, and exhale, deepening the posture as much as you can. If you feel any pinching or uncomfortability, as always, draw back to neutrality and gently attempt to retry the posture. We inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, draw back to Tadasana, drawing our hands all the way to the sky, reaching as far as we can with our fingers, drawing our shoulder blades down our back. Draw your left foot into your right thigh, making a figure 4 with your legs. Draw your hips over your right leg. Gently forward fold. Inhale and exhale. Option also to keep your hands hovering above. This will be a much more gentle stretch if you place your hands on the ground. Inhale and exhale. Again, making sure that our foot is flexed, protecting our tendons. Inhale, drawing all the way back to seated Tadasana, restoring neutrality in our legs, and of course engaging on the other side. Drawing the right foot to the left thigh, bringing the hands up into Tadasana. Inhale and exhale, hinge from the waist, drawing the hands to the floor or straight ahead. Inhaling to draw straightness through the spine, and exhaling to deepen the stretch. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, drawing length in the spine, drawing our legs back together. We'll draw our backs all the way to the ground. Slowly as possible, vertebra by vertebra. You can leave your feet on the ground. Going to adjust one thing. You can stay with your legs on the ground, or with your feet on the ground. Here we're going to be engaging bridge soon as I turn off my auto exposure. So you can actually see me on the ground. All right. We're drawing our feet about shoulder width distance apart, making sure that our hips are square to the ground. And our shoulders are at rest. Drawing the hands to the ground, we engage the hips and lift into bridge. Exhale, knitting the ribcage together, pushing further into the stretch, drawing the hips further towards the sky. Inhale. And exhale. Keep checking in with your hips. It's very easy to dip down, especially on an exhale. Inhale. And exhale. You can release your hips down to the ground slowly. Inhale, drawing the knees together. Inhale, drop both of your knees over to the right, keeping your hips tethered to, your right hip tethered to the ground. Inhale and back up to center, touching together. Exhale, lowering both of your knees down to the left side, anchoring with your left hip. Inhale, drawing the knees back together. Center. Release your knees from each other. Drawing your right leg straight up. Bending at the ankle, flexing the foot. Inhale the right knee into your chest. Give it a good squeeze. Inhale, lower your right leg, either to touch the ground or slightly hover. Here you might feel a slight pop in your hip. As long as it doesn't hurt, it's totally fine. Unless you know otherwise in your own body. Inhale, sending the left leg up long, bending ankle, flex the foot. Draw right into our chest. Inhaling the left leg to the ground, and then drawing it into the chest. Get a good squeeze. Take 2-3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Drawing our knees back to neutrality, our feet to the ground. Bring them together so your toes and heels touch somewhere towards the center of your mat. Drawing our knees out wide towards the ground. We'll take fish pose. Our days are filled with so much stress. No matter what you're doing, no matter where you are, whether you love your job or you hate your job, everybody carries a little bit of extra stress right here in their hips. So taking even a few moments every day just in this posture, laying out on the floor, in the grass, on your bed, drawing your knees out wide, your spine neutral, your shoulder blades touching the surface you're on. Help relieve just a little bit of that physical stress. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. If you'd like to take Shavasana in this posture, you're more than welcome to. If you'd like to take a more traditional Shavasana, join me by bringing your knees into your chest, lifting your head to the ground, Squeezing into as tight a ball as you can. Inhale. Exhale. Releasing a little bit of that tension. Inhale. Exhale. Again, releasing a little bit. Inhale. Exhale. Drawing your feet out long and your hands long above your head. Take one last long body stretch. Inhale through the nose. And open up, exhale. Inhale through the nose. And open up, exhale. Relaxing your arms, maybe bringing them down to your sides, palms facing the sky. Relaxing your legs, but above all, just taking up space. This is the point in yoga and meditation where generally a lot of students have intrusive thoughts rejoin their practice. Whether those are innately negative or not. And our first response is almost always to banish that thought. But what if instead, when those thoughts come up, let them finish their sentence, but make them define a period. One full sentence should be all that you let that thought speak. Before drawing your brain, your mind, and your breath back together with an inhale through the nose. And open up, exhale. As thoughts of your daily routine, of the things you still have yet to do today, the stresses that come up in your week, this is your time to preemptively address them by telling them that they have a time and place, but that you are the scheduler. If you'd like to take a breathwork meditation deeper, on each inhale, visualize a white glow on top of your chest. With every exhale, see that globe of light draw down closer and closer to your chest, warming the body as if it was your own personal sun. As we relax into corpse pose, start letting go of your normal or of your ujjayi breath, restoring a normal breath, whatever that is for you. If you find yourself getting lost in a thought that isn't just letting yourself take up space in this room, again, let it finish itself. Your brain is allowed to wander. It is what inspires creativity, curiosity. And in this moment, those thoughts have to book their own time on your schedule. In these brief instances, we are allowed time for ourselves to fill our cup before we can fill anyone else's. If you're ready to be guided out of the practice today, start with just wiggling one fingertip, moving maybe your wrist, rotating your ankles, drawing just small movements to awaken your body. If you'd like to stay here in Shavasana, you are welcome. This is your time, your practice. However, if you're ready to finish our practice for today, draw your knees slowly to your chest, doing one last little squeeze, and then rolling to your favorite side. You can use your bicep as a pillow as we assume a little fetal position here. Inhale. With your eyes closed still, and guide yourself up gently to an easy seat, cross-legged. You can use the edges of your mat to guide you. Once you're seated, we'll assume a posture with our hands open on our knees or in our lap. Our palms facing upward. This is our opportunity here at the end of practice, at our Monday night reset, to set the tone for the rest of our week, set an intention. That can be something physical and tangible that you may have to be getting done. That can be how you will carry yourself this week. That can be something as simple as I'll let myself relax at least once every day. But if you don't have a prepared intention, if you can't think of one right now, then I invite you to join mine. We draw our hands heart center, our palms and our fingertips pressing gently towards each other. The intention I share with you today is the world is demanding, and I'll be just as demanding back. We inhale to charge, drawing as much air into our lungs as possible, and taking another sip. We exhale, saying or thinking our intention into the world. Once more, inhale. And another sip. The world is demanding, and I challenge you to be just as demanding back. We are such a small aspect of what makes this world its own beautiful place. And we can demand respect back when it is necessary. We send our hands to our third eye center, close our practice. The spirit, the teacher, the gamer, and the student in me. See and honor and express gratitude for the teacher, the student, and the gamer in you. We bow to seal our practice. Thank you guys so much for coming to today's Monday Night Reset. I'm trying really hard to get these up on our YouTube starting after this week. So if you missed today's practice or if you missed any aspect of it, then please feel free to go and see it on YouTube. If you want to do it again, then it should be there. It'll also be up on our website on the online classes page. towards the bottom, there's a little part that says, hey, here's our archive. And that's only going to start growing from here on out. So if you have games that you want a yoga sequence based off of, if you have stretches that you know you need in your body and you want those in the next sequence, feel free to submit those to my suggestion box or shoot it to yogaflipside@gmail.com. You can also find me in various social medias, all at Flipside Yoga.